What's up, you guys? My name is Daniel. This is Down to Play Games, and a little bit of a different situation. You'll notice we're not playing Zack Fair. We have a couple rapiers. This is actually a different build. It's a backup character. Similar thing happened from the last episode where I was interrupted, and we actually lost some pretty important footage. Footage that cannot be recovered because it was the Pursuer fight. So we're gonna go and do that now on this character instead. And yeah, I apologize about that. I made sure to make my mom feel bad about ruining my footage and making me do this, but on the upside, it gives I guess, you know, a little bit of variety. So this is post commentary. We're gonna be taking dual rapiers against the Pursuer, and this is a build that I have a lot of fun with. Just because you're really mobile, your attacks are very quick, they stack up a lot of poise damage and a lot of just straight up damage as well. So we're gonna head on in and watch the cutscene. You know, I never noticed this before, but you can see the bird that dropped him off flying in the background in that cutscene. That's pretty cool. But with the Pursuer, basically you just want to, well, you want to dodge properly. First of all, there's lesson number 1. Dodge properly and don't do it too early or else you'll get clipped by everything. But at least me, I like to dodge to the right, just because a lot of his attacks, like this one especially, they go wide when you just strafe to the right. So yeah, just make sure you time your dodges properly, and on that dash, he typically does it when you're about middling distance away from him, so you can just do that and avoid what's going on. But yeah, so this boss, he's pretty cool. He's a recurring boss, and he comes up in different areas throughout the game. So hence why it's called the Pursuer, which is a pretty cool detail, I suppose. The only thing is, at least from what I saw, there's not too much of a lore explanation. I mean, maybe I just didn't look into his item descriptions closely enough, but I guess we can do that in this playthrough, just to see what's really going on with this guy. Because I was rather curious when I played the game for the first time, what his actual significance is, but yeah, I guess we'll investigate that looking into his item descriptions when we can grab it later on. And yeah, pretty smooth fight other than the rough beginning, but the fight's not completely over. Dun dun dun! Except I actually wrecked these guys. You're seeing how much damage these rapiers do. It is insane. You just stack up damage so quickly. But one thing I just realized is there's an item that I forgot to show you guys. As you move ahead over here, after I wave goodbye to their deaths, as you move forward through this little entryway, you can drop down here to grab the Drangleic set. Oh, that's the shield that we're using on Zack that you'll see fairly shortly. But yeah, it's significant because it's the first 100% physical block shield, and yeah, I just want to let you guys know about that update on the build. So yeah, I actually forgot to show that, but here shortly we're going to be going to the Crow cutscene. They're jerks in this game, but yeah, I guess now we'll cut the commentary and we'll see you guys on the other side with Zack. Alright guys, welcome back. We're back on Zack Fair, our normal character, and let's press the right buttons to say hello. Alright, so yeah, this section is live commentary, the last section is post, obviously, and we're gonna be, yeah, like I said in the last episode, we're taking things a little out of order. So these two chests here are actually new. And whoa. Wow, that's... We already get the dull ember, huh? That was much later in the base game, but huh, that's actually really cool. I like that. But I like to come here a little earlier for a couple items that we can pick up. Doesn't look like there's anything new out there. So this guy, you. Oh gosh, shoot. Shoot. Hold on. We're fine. Yeah, we good. Nice, okay. So that wasn't as graceful as I was hoping it would be, but the main reason why we came to the Lost Bastille is actually right here. We're not gonna get ambushed, are we? Okay. Oh shoot, what the? Wait, whoa. What are you doing here? I am at a complete loss for words. Okay, so I guess in Scholar of the First Sin, this is where the Pursuer spawns. Interesting. So does that mean we're already gonna get a Ring of Blades +2? Because if so, that would be huge. I mean, this is the Pursuer, sure enough, and you're supposed to get the Ring of Blades +1, I should say, not +2. Ow, that kind of hurts. Let's back off a little bit and heal. And dodge. Smack. Smack. We're actually doing pretty decent damage on this guy, which is kind of surprising to me. Because it seems like we're supposed to be here... Well, you're obviously supposed to be here much later on. But, yeah. This is really interesting. Well, I'm glad I checked my surroundings. Because then this guy would have, like, ambushed me from behind when I was picking up the items in that chest. This guy's not too bad, though. You know, just same thing as we did in the regular Pursuer fight. Just, move to his right. And one thing that I noticed about Souls games in general is unless if you're being irresponsible about the way you use your stamina, the game typically doesn't unfairly punish you. Like, he breaks my guard there, but he waits for me to... Whoa. Whoa. That was new. That was definitely a new attack. I had never seen that before. Oh shoot! Oh man! Oh my gosh! Ah! Welcome to Dark Souls, guys. Well, that's what I get for last-minute greeting for the last couple of hits on him. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. All right, we're gonna get him. We're gonna do it. Come on, Zach. Let's go ahead and take off the halberd just for a bit more mobility. Because I personally don't want to use that item against, or that weapon against him. Okay, so what I originally wanted to do is, you see these exploding barrels down here and the dogs? That's what I wanted to show you guys. But, alas, recording. Alright, so... this time, how about you spawn? I'll get a couple free hits on you. And then let's fight. That sounds good, right? Man, oh, I can't believe it. He was actually just... He was probably one hit away from dying, but of course, getting too greedy for that last hit. Well, you know, that's Souls for you. Ow, okay. I've never seen that magic thing before, though. And I've never actually gotten hit by that attack. That does a lot of damage. Alright, let's heal up. Poke. Oh man, he's doing it again. God, we got cursed again, and that did so much damage. It's that move is really hard to dodge, actually. Or maybe I'm just bad, but I've never seen that before. Up until this point, I legit have never seen that before. Huh. Okay, do your dash. Yeah. I'm gonna heal up. Ow. Come on. Sorry, hold on. I'm gonna focus a little bit, guys. Ow. I say as I get hit. Man, this guy is just wrecking me. Hit him. Oh, you can just stay right on him and it doesn't really do all that much. Huh. Okay. Lesson learned. And you should be dead. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Nice. Ring of Blades. Oh. Okay. Alright, that's a thing. Now we're not gonna get ambushed again, right? Okay. So, Covetous Silver Serpent Ring, and the Fragrant... Wow, Fragrant Branch of Yore, that's new in that chest. Well, I came for the ring, but that Fragrant Branch of Yore will also be very useful to us. And actually, I think we might go do that once we do everything I wanted to do here. So, let's head up the ladder. And... Okay, just checking our surroundings. Making sure there's nothing out there that's going to take us by surprise. Hey. Wow, this guy is tanky. There we go. Alright, so there's an NPC here. We're not going to talk to her right now. And we're going to make sure... Okay, I should have done that with the last two chests just in case. Check if they were mimics. Or if they were trapped. But, you know, all's all that ends well, right? There should be a large Titanite shard up here. Yeah, cool. Alright, so... You guys aren't gonna aggro, are you? Okay. Alright, let's see if we can just stagger it. Yeah, cool. We kept him stun locked long enough to kill him. Alright. Oh my gosh, this frame rate is killing me. I noticed it's not as bad in the actual rendered videos, but oh boy, when you're playing, it's really, really annoying. So I want to pull this guy away, because this is the second reason why I do the early Bastille run, for reasons that we'll find very shortly. So this barrel, roll it down, and kerblammo! Blows open that wall right there. Which is very useful to us, because the ember that we just picked up is actually something that we're going to use right here. Let's... What? Okay, all my items are blank. Oh, there they are. Alright, so we're going to rest up, repair our stuff, and... this is what we came here for. All these treasure chests. Large shards. regular shards. Just lots of really good stuff in this room. And this NPC is the second blacksmith of the game. But if you talk to him...
Oh, why can't they all be this easy? We've got a wild one here. Shape up. Shape up, I say. Oh, that's it, yes. That's the way. Dear flame, how brightly you burn. Flame, I smell flame upon you. I'm Macduff the blacksmith. All I want is a little flame. So, hand that ember to me. Right now, you imbecile.
Oh. Okay. I guess he takes it right now.
What a marvelous ember. You've got stones, I pray. Give me stones, and I'll fortify your gear.
Oh. That is really odd. Huh. Well, I guess you can just do everything here. That's really interesting. Let's see. Where's the... Oh, yeah. So this guy sells some useful stuff as well. Royal Kite Shield. Pretty good weapons. The Uchi Katana. And infinite supply of large shards, which is really useful. But this guy is mainly notable for his ability to infuse weapons. So we could, you know, put elemental effects on our weapons if we have the stone for it. Alright, so a little interesting because what's supposed to happen, well, at least what happened in the vanilla game, he said he wants a little flame. Well, you're supposed to give him one right here. And then he moves to this anvil, starts hammering away, and then, like, it works out because you get the dull ember much later on. And then when you rest, he's at the anvil, moved to where the flame is. So now we can get what's inside of this chest here. Craftsman Hammer is not something we're really going to use. Twinkling Titanite might come in handy depending on what weapon we use. But for now, let's head back to Majula. So, the changes already are really surprising to me. The dull ember coming in really early. I guess, you know, I actually really like that because you can, if you pick up some certain items, you can actually get elemental stones very early in the game, so that actually opens up a lot of options. And yeah, let's level up. Might as well, right? Yeah. I'll seek them souls. Okay. Oh man, we're one more point away from being able to one-hand the halberd. You know, let's just pop some soul items if we have them. I think that should do it. Let's see here. You're gonna let me? Yeah. Sweet. Alright, so now we can one-hand the halberd. We're gonna just swap over to that. Because the halberd like spears. Poking behind shields, baby. Alright, so now let's get headed over to the next area. Oh, actually, I just remembered. We picked up the house key. So let's make use of that house key. Key that opens this house. Now, I'm kind of wary about this house just because of all the changes that have happened. Okay. So nothing... Whoa! Oh, okay. That was just a boar. Ooh, man, I am so on edge. That pursuer ambush was really interesting. So that makes me question if there are more pursuer encounters then, because of that. You can see it gets really dark down here. And okay, so far it's not radically different, just insanely dark. Wow, our damage is very poor. How about you come out here, buddy? There we go, there's some damage. Okay, so I think what I'm actually gonna do... do I have any? I don't have one. I don't have a single flame butterfly. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna run back and light my torch really quick, because it is, at least on my end, it is absolutely impossible to see. Like, it was actually just pitch black, I couldn't see anything. So we're gonna bring some light. Light the torch. It seems like Majula is just particularly laggy as compared to other areas of the game so far. Let's head on in. Oh, the torch is almost too bright. It's too dark, it's too bright. Make up your mind, man. Alright, so we're gonna light this sconce. And, okay, there's nothing else in here. Alright, cool. So we're gonna grab this item, Soul Vessel, cool. Alright, so we're gonna... Oh, okay, I missed it. There it is. This is what I was looking for, the Estus Flask Shard. It'll be very useful for us, give us another charge of Estus. So let's go ahead and use that shard, and then we'll move on to the we'll proceed on with the game. But yeah, with that backup character, we may or may not be seeing more of her as we continue on. You guys can let me know if it's something that you guys are interested in. I guess, you know, it adds to the variety of the playthrough. If, you know, gives you guys a chance to see, I guess, how different builds interact with the additions and Scholar of the First Sin. So, yeah, that might be something I consider. Doing a couple bosses or something like that with the Dex build, swapping back and forth. I've always really enjoyed the dual rapiers. You just do a ton of damage, you're very quick, very mobile. It's a really dangerous combination, especially for PvP. I absolutely adore the rapiers for PvP. Because people always underestimate the damage. Well, okay, not just the actual, like, physical damage that you do with the rapiers, but they also underestimate the amount of poise damage you can rack up. Just because you're using two weapons, so it basically doubles the amount of poise damage that you're stacking up on them if you're hitting them with both of the rapiers. So yeah, you can stagger people wearing like full Havels. Actually, it's really fun. And whoa, that's, hey, appropriate. A Heide Knight and Heide's Tower of Flame. Cool. Well, we're not gonna deal with them as of now, so we're gonna kill this guy first. Wow, it is so laggy out here. I should have expected this. Oh my gosh, it is insanely laggy. I'm gonna light the bonfire and head on up. These mace guys are rather dangerous. It's because their attacks are a bit harder to evade. I mean, once you get 100% physical block shield, it's not too much of a big deal, but you still gotta watch out for them. Okay, cool. Oh. Huh, he didn't drop Sublime Bone Dust like he does in the original game. Well, that's what I was looking for. That's kind of unfortunate. I wonder where it is. Man, I'm gonna have to check the footage once it's in the once it's rendered to see if the frame rate is as bad as it is in the final product as it is for me, because it is getting kind of unbearable at this point. Okay, let's actually, I want to see what these Heide Knights drop other than Heide weapons. So let's try our hand at them. So these guys do quite a bit of damage, just mainly from the lightning element of their weapons. So we're gonna back up a bit to space ourselves. There we go. Cool. I'm gonna drop. Oh, so I guess they're just respawning enemies in this area then. That's what I'm assuming. Is it the same story for you? Excuse the coughs, by the way. I'm kind of recovering from allergies right now, so yeah, sorry about that. Hope it's not too distracting. Oh my gosh. I'm a little skittish of dodging and oh man! I'm also skittish of dying. Let's have... Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, it just looks like they're respawning enemies, so they don't automatically drop their stuff anymore. Wow, that was rather hairy. I hope they're not, like, aggroed on me now, since we attacked them. Yeah, these old knights are very, very easy to evade. Well, at least the normal sword guys. Because their attacks tend to just soar right overhead, and wow, this guy respawns now, too. I noticed though he did significantly less damage, so I wonder if that's the trade-off that they made for making this guy respawn. Because at least I feel like he did a lot more damage in the vanilla game. Man, where's my bone dust, man? So that old knight back there shouldn't aggro. Yeah, he just turns with you. You, sir, on guard. That probably looked like a really late dodge. I'm gonna blame it on frame skip. Trust me, guys, I'm actually good at the game. No, really, I am. That's why I make YouTube videos, right? Because I'm good at the game. You take your swings, and I'll take mine. Nice. And we want to kill this last guy to open up the lever. Nice. I can just 4-hit combo him. So these levers are significant because if you look over there, you might have noticed it earlier, but if you look over in the direction that our character's facing, the floor rises up. And we'll see the significance for that fairly soon. And you know the funny thing with that is, I remember in the first video I mentioned how I'm not really planning to do this very tutorial style, but I guess I'm just so used to that, I'm just doing it tutorial style. So yeah, excuse that, excuse the frame rate. Wow. Jeez. Not even gonna make it to the boss at this rate. You guys trust me, it's the frames. It's not my poor play. Trust me. So I'm actually curious to see if this chest holds anything different. So we're gonna aggro this guy and pull him over here. Hopefully we'll be able to actually hit the guy. The only thing I don't like about these Heide Knights is their movements are really quick and hard to predict. So I found the easiest way to kill them is just to maintain distance. Ring of Binding, huh, so that's different. I think in the base game it was just green blossoms in that chest. And the Dragon Slayer. Or Dragon Rider, excuse me. Yeah, that's true. These guys aren't cool enough to be Dragon Slayers. This is by far one of the easiest bosses in the game, but only if you actually raise the floor. If you do not raise the floor, this fight is much more complicated, because that would have killed me right there. Did you see these rings on the ground? These are up because of the levers that we used. So if you don't raise the levers, then you have the added threat of just falling to your death whenever he lands any kind of hit on you. See, as you can see, he doesn't really do that much damage, even though we're not, like, dodging his attacks properly. But yeah, this guy's really not much of a huge threat. I mean, I'm not even playing this very well, and I'm not feeling pressured at all. And just look, he takes so much damage. So again, similar deal with the Pursuer. Just keep moving to his right. But you're gonna actually have to roll to evade his attacks if you're not just like blocking and tanking the hits, or if you're not just, you know, straight up taking the hits as they come. Knowing me, I'm probably gonna die to this guy. Let's try to focus a bit more and actually look good on YouTube. There we go. So yeah, pretty smooth, even though I was playing pretty terribly. And we're gonna head up here and chat up an NPC. Hello there.
Are you from these parts? My name is Lycia. I have come to spread the art of miracles, a practice of which I am a disciple. I can see that you are well suited to comprehend their wondrous power. But the cost of it, that's for your heart to decide.
Lycia. Good old Lycia. So she's the faith lady. Sells a bunch of miracles. Not much of use to us, but we want to take you to Majula, so we're gonna exhaust your dialogue.
And be without sorry.
Alright, that should do it. So we're gonna do one more thing before we call the episode. It's gonna be a little bit longer of an episode today, but there's something that we must do. I actually want to clear out this area before we move on. So yeah, it'll be a little bit on the longer side, I think, but oh. Well, first let's travel to the right bonfire. That might help a little bit. Cause this boss is not all there is to this area. No whoa, this guy is aggroed now. That's not good. Alright, let's just ignore these guys and run then. I really don't feel like dying or using up a bunch of healing items. So yeah, we're just gonna skip these enemies. Cause if the Heide Knights are gonna be onto us as well, that's just gonna be, I don't want to deal with it. Let's just run past. You know, but that's a really cool detail. The fact that these Heide Knights aggro onto you after you've killed the boss of this area. Well, the main boss of this area, I should say. That's really, really cool. Whoa, there's a dragon! What the? Okay, we're probably gonna die. Because I didn't know there's a dragon. Wow. Well, that's a way to cap off an episode. I really want to see if you can... Oh, you can see him from here, okay. Alright. Well, we're gonna pretty ourselves up before we end the episode. Because Fashion Souls is best souls. And yeah, with that death, extremely embarrassingly, we're gonna end the episode. We'll catch you guys next time. Hopefully we won't get roasted by the dragon. I don't even know if we're gonna try it, honestly. I mean, I tried... That counts as an attempt, right? I mean, I just got obliterated, literally. I don't know. We might recruit some help or something like that, but in any case, we'll see you guys next time.